Guys, I just picked up this drone. It's the Mini 4 Pro. It's not the Final Combo, it's just the Final Combo box. They didn't have the normal one in store, so they just took a Final Combo apart and gave me this. So I'm just going to see how easy it is to fly. It's going to be my first time flying it, so let's just get into it and see what happens. So I'm just testing out the quick shots for this video. Wasn't trying to get anything special, just testing out how to use the drone first. This is another quick shot. It just pretty much just goes around in a circle. Can't remember exactly what it was called. I think it was orbit or something like that, but yeah, as you can see, it's just going around in a circle around me, and yeah, it worked quite well. The drone is pretty simple to use. None of these shots are me trying to get anything special, just me seeing how the drone actually works. Nothing special. This was a quick shot of me just flying over my son and my dad. Again, nothing special. And this is me trying for the first time the tracking in the drone. I never done any tracking in any drones, so this was my first time. You know, obviously doesn't look great, but it is tracking me. I'm not moving very fast, it's just me walking. I just wanted to see how to actually activate the tracking features in the drone first before I go ahead and actually try and track something like a car or anything like that, because this is the first time using the drone itself. I haven't had a DJI drone in a long time, so I'm just figuring out how to use it again. But it's pretty simple. I pretty much picked up all of it in, I'd say, a day. Simple stuff. They didn't make it super difficult, so that's a good thing. This was another quick shot. It just pans out on the stadium. It's my local stadium, and yeah, it's a nice little shot. Again, nothing too special, but that one was trying to be a little bit better than the previous shots. And this was another tracking shot where I just let the drone do what it wants to do. This is completely auto mode, so it's just tracking her on the skateboard, and I just wanted to see what happens if it hits the poles or anything, and it didn't hit anything. And another shot, I wanted to see if it could track a car, because that's something I will be doing in the future. You know, going driving on the beaches and stuff, we will be tracking the cars. So I wanted to see how well it actually tracks a car. Tracks it quite well. It doesn't lose the car at all. I would have liked the drone to be, you know, a little bit more lower, maybe on the side and stuff if I was actually trying to get a good shot. But this was the first time trying out the tracking features, tracking a car, so I didn't muck around with anything. I just let it do what it wanted to do, and it just tracked it on top. But in saying that, it didn't lose the car, which was good. You know, it was relatively easy for it to track this car because there's no objects in its way, so it can't really lose the car. I do make it harder in the next shot for it. It does lose the car, but you'll see that in a minute. But yeah, you could get a nicer shot if you move to the side and go down a bit. It's kind of hovering probably 30 meters above the car, so it's a bit too high to get a pretty shot, but that's not what I was trying to do. I'm just trying to see how the drone really works. Okay, so here is where I made it a little harder, tracking a smaller car, and there's trees in the way, especially when I get down to the end. That was where I wasn't sure if it was going to continue to track me or crash. So I made it a little difficult for the drone in a second. So you'll see I've got to turn around up here, and I wanted to see what the drone would do, if it would drop down lower and follow me. It doesn't do that. It kind of tries to stay above me, and it loses me in the trees. So yeah, it lost me there. I kind of had to take control of it and move it out of there. So the tracking features weren't that great in that scenario. So you can see I'm moving it away and just taking it safely away from the trees, and it can just track me when I come out the other side of those trees. So I'm just driving out to get in front of the drone in a second. You'll see me in a minute. There I am. And yeah, I'll redo the tracking thing now on the controller in the car and get it to track me again. This is where I try and pick up some speed and see how fast the drone can actually go. So I pick up some speed in a second. I think I get to around 40 kilometers an hour, which it was keeping up with me fine. You know, you can see it's not losing me, it's staying that same kind of distance. Obviously I couldn't go for very long, but that was fine. And then here was another shot just after that one, where I tried to get it to kind of track in front of the car. Again, I've got to figure out how to use the settings correctly, because I want it to drop lower than that. I don't want it to be up so high. But yeah, you can see it's tracking it. I didn't want it to go too far, because I know that there's that tree back there that it got stuck in before. I didn't want it to hit that, so I stopped just up here and ended the tracking there. You can see it did go pretty high up there. I'm not sure why it did that, because I stopped obviously quite a fair bit away from where the drone ended up. But yeah. Okay, so just got my first footage with the drone. Wasn't too bad. The app's super easy to use. You just would have seen some of those quick shots that I used. I can't remember what they were called, but yeah, I'll try and put them up on the screen if I remember. But yeah, super easy to use. Didn't crash, so I recommend it.